Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Ah, Watson. Is that you?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases. Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me.
So, what is it, Holmes?
It appears to be a case of murder.
There's someone there. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I didn't kill anyone.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey. What a terrible way to die. Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee. I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous.
Explain yourself this instant.
Now I begin to understand that young man's story. We have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. This man was impaled to the wall by a harpoon. The force of the blow was immense. Now I know one thing for certain. Patrick Cairns is the murderer.
You are arrested for the murder of Black Peter. You think you can take me?
Here we go! Yes! Woohoo! Oh, nice! Birdie! Eagle! Nice shot. Yes! Woo! Woo!
I'm Frederica. I want to know something. Do you know what's laying hidden here in Gladsheim? I've waited 1,000 years for this moment.
The Kingpin pulls the strings on every operation in the city, and he's after you. The bad news is, he hired me to kill you.
an example of you! You brought this on yourself!
He has fought for his life since he was a boy. This is why you will lose. You underestimate him.
Fancies himself a hero, but he's let crime run rampant.
If you show even a moment's weakness, he will see it and stop you.
In Bound by Flame, play as a mercenary possessed by a flame demon, the last line of defense against the 7 Ice Lords and their dead army. Fights in Bound by Flame are dynamic, but also extremely tactical. You will develop 3 combat styles through 3 skill trees. The unyielding warrior uses swords, axes, and warhammers to inflict heavy damage, knock enemies back, and break their defenses. The stealthy ranger uses dual-wield daggers to stab enemies in the back and thin their ranks, before locking them in a fast-paced combat style that favors raw damage. Skilled rangers will command time itself, obliterating their foes in the blink of an eye. The pyromancer channels the fiery powers of the demon. Hurl fireballs, light your weapon on fire, invoke flame spirits, and more. Explosive traps and crossbows will let you ambush tougher enemies and keep them at bay. Your enemies have many forms, each with their own strengths, attack patterns, and behaviors. Some deal elemental damage, inflict poison, shoot from a distance, or close in for heavier damage. Adapt your tactic on the fly. Toggle between warrior and rogue stances to use their unique skills and strengths. Craft your weapon and armor to optimize their effectiveness against your current enemies. Increase your damage potential with effects such as critical damage, poison, a chance to interrupt enemies, and more. Your chosen companion will also be a decisive requirement for victory. Do you need a defensive healer, an unyielding tank, an aggressive sorcerer, or an elusive archer? The toughest enemies will require coordination, discipline, and skill to be vanquished. The Ice Lords will not give you a second chance, so do not falter. The punishment for failure is death.
On race day, you don't go out there for the crowds. You don't do it for the money. You don't do it for the press, or the girls, or the fame. Well, maybe for the girls. Definitely not for the press. You go out there because you're a driver, and you love what you do. You live for the feeling of tires on the track. The way the torque body slams you against the seat, the grip of your gloves on the wheel, and you want to show all those wannabe knuckleheads out there what it means to drive. How to find a line, when to open it up, and when to pull it back. You go out there to race. And you better be ready, 'cause I'm coming back.